Hello, estimate teacher and classmate. My name is Fernando, and I will be focusing the correct application of APA the style 7th edition for academic writing. To complete with the integrity and authentication requirements of this guide, I will now display my original identification document which validates my authorship on this presentation. Excellent. Let's begin by analyzing in-text citations. In academia, a citation is the mechanism that allows us to analyze the work and ideas of other authors, avoiding plagiarism and strengthening the validity of our arguments. According to the APA 7th edition manual, there are two main ways to extract these citations: narrative citation and parenthetical citations. First, we have the narrative citations. Its main function is to integrate the author directly into the flow of discourse or the academic sentence. That is, the author's last name becomes the grammatical subject of the sentence. In this format, only the year of publication is placed in parentheses. As we can see on the screen, the standard format requires placing the last name, followed by the years in parentheses, and then the verb that connects the idea. An example of this would be assignment in Hobbit 2006 stated the academic writing requires structure. On the other hand, we have the parenthetical or text-based citation. In this case, the research idea or finding takes precedence over the author. The sentence is written independently, and at the end of the thought, all relevant information is placed together within closed parentheses separated by a comma. The format requires opening parentheses, including the author's last name, a comma, the year, and closing the parentheses before the period. Following the same example, the structure would be as follows. Academic writing requires a rigorous structure. For example, Oshima and Hodge 2006. Note that when inside parentheses in the English format, we use the ampersand symbol instead of the word "and". Short recognition and reasoning. Next, I will explain the process of recognizing encoding the elements of the two bibliographic sorts provided in the assignment, rigorously applying the principles of APA 17th edition. The first sort is a book. The elements provided in the exercise were disorganized to structure the final reference and applied the standard APA 7th edition format for print books, which follows the order: author, year, title of book, and publisher. The first source is a book. The elements provided in the exercise were out of order to structure the final reference. I applied the standard APA 7th edition format for print books, which follow this order: author, year, title book, and publisher. The first source is a book. The elements provided in the exercise were disorganized to structure the final reference and applied the standard APA 7th edition format for print books, which follows this order: author, year, title of book, and publisher. The second source is a book. The first source is a book. The second source is a book. The first source was a book. The second source was a book. The first source was a book. The second source was a book to extract the final reference and applied the standard APA 7th edition format for print books, which follows this order: author, year, title of book, and publisher. My technical reasoning for arriving at this result was as follows. First, identify the authors by extracting their last name and first initial to main academic conscience. Second, place the year of publication, the 2006, immediately after the authors and enclosed in parentheses. Third, the book title. Writing academic English was formed in italics and lowercase sentence case, followed back the edition. The fourth edition in parentheses. Finally, I added the publisher, supplying the names Pearson and Lohmann according to APA conscience guidelines. The second source is a scientific article published in a digital academic journal. The standard APA 7th edition structure for this type of documents requires authors, years, article title, journal name, volume, issue number, page or locator, and the DOI link. In conclusion, mastering situation in reference in a PH 17 edition format is not merely a technical requirement, but a fundamental pillar of intellectual honesty and scientific rigor in our university education. It allows us to build name language firmly supported by prior evidence. Oh, thank you. Your very much for your attention and I look forward. Thank you very much for your attention and I look forward to your kind comments and feedback. Have a wonderful day.